Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining today's Clever Insights show. This is part one of three on a series in building your 2017 online lead generation campaign. This is our ninth episode this year that we've done in a row every Wednesday at 11 a.m. And all of the previous episodes did speak about ways to improve your success rate, so your leads coming from your online marketing efforts. These next three episodes, this series will focus on how to put those together into one holistic package into a very concise 2017 online marketing campaign. So all of our customers have been really coming to us this year wanting us to focus on sales lead generation. Probably this is because many of you have already worked with us for 3, 4, 5 years. Some of you since we very first opened up the agency. And we've already established a nice base of traffic coming to your website on a weekly basis. So now we should focus on converting that into more sales leads for you. And the main reason is because many of you are converting at somewhere between 0.5% and 1.5%. It's very easy, as I'll show you in a future slide, how to skew those metrics to make it look like you're converting at a much higher ratio, because that's what Google Analytics wants you to believe, because they're measuring traffic also coming from your AdWords campaigns. But I'll show you how to get that real number of what you're really converting your website traffic to. And you'll find most of you are between that 0.5% to 1.5% range in converting new users coming to your website into actionable sales leads. So we want to increase that. For some of you, there's the potential to double the amount of sales leads coming from the website by the end of the year. And lots of what we're covering in this webinar will show you how we're going to do that for you next year. This is a very brief illustration to show you on a daily basis what some of your website traffic looks like. So 500 unique visitors coming to the site at a 2% conversion rate is 10 leads a day. So what we want to focus on in 2017 is that middle column. So increasing the multiplier that's leading to your sales leads. If we could double that, 20 leads a day, I'm sure everyone would be very happy. And how we're going to accomplish that is using conversion rate optimization to get more of your potential customers through your sales funnel. So the KPI, the key performance indicator that we want to be tracking on this, is the lead conversion rate. So in this series of webinars, when we speak about conversion rate, we're specifically talking about the visitors coming to your website converting into sales leads. So we're excluding the salesmanship part of it. We're not looking at visitors to closed sales or leads to sales. We're strictly looking at the web visitors converting into sales leads. So the top of the funnel. The agenda for this series of shows, which will likely be 3 episodes, it might stretch into 4, is that we want to identify the real metric. So find in Google Analytics that real number that will match up with your business goals of you really getting more sales leads from new potential customers through the websites. It's not as easy as it looks. Second, we want to examine those call to actions that are currently on your website that are producing those leads and how to add more of them. Third, we want to apply the 7 P's of marketing mix, and apply that to your conversion rate optimization of those call to actions on your websites so that we can increase the ratio at which people are converting from visitors to leads. Then we're going to look at the nuts and bolts of how to build out your 2017 lead generation campaign and give you some strong takeaways in terms of where your staff could spend their time most valuable in assisting us or your marketing agency in these efforts. Then we're going to take everything we've learned from the first 5 and apply the same strategy to your email marketing campaigns, repurposing lots of the efforts that we already put into the website. And then now that we've established this higher base conversion rate of visitors to leads, let's focus on increasing that first column, the traffic coming to the website, and get even more leads next year. And then finally, at the very end of the webinar series, we'll talk about considering pay for performance options for your monthly service provider. So what is the right metric to be tracking on? This is far from easy to get inside of Google Analytics. Most of you might be thinking, well, the right metric, we've told you what we care about is sales leads. So that is a static metric that you will send us, or we have access for most of you inside of your CRM system. So we can see the number of leads that came through. But there's a disconnect between all of those sales leads and what they actually did on the website, how they got to the website, and how they interacted with it. So that's why we really need that number inside of Google Analytics. So right now, this is a typical client's screenshot of their Google Analytics goals. So goals is what Analytics calls a conversion, so the goal of your website visitor. This is what a typical page on your accounts looks like. On the left-hand side, you can see the pink arrow pointing to how to actually get to this report. And the top, you can see that this report happens to be segmented from by organic traffic. So this is traffic coming from Google free search results only. And you can see Google Analytics is saying that there's a 10% conversion rate. That is very, very high for a B2B industrial equipment supplier, distributor. So you can see here, though, that there's all sorts of different conversions on their website. They have different types of e-commerce transactions. They have different types of actions that registered users, so existing customers, will take on the website. And then they have the traditional ones, which we're looking at today, which is generating sales leads. So people saying, send me a quotation on this product, or requesting more information on a product on the site. So we want to figure out, how can we look at the data for specifically those, maybe it's 3 or 4 goals, so 3 or 4 of these blurred out metrics set up on this page, instead of just looking at that 10%, because that 10% is very misleading. That 10% includes, for example, this distributor's sales reps go out and land really big clients, big pharmaceutical companies, for example, and then that company will come to this distributor's website on a regular basis and purchase equipment. Well, that drastically skews the conversion rate upwards, and that's great for us to have pretty reports, but we don't care about pretty reports. We care about what's really driving sales for your company. So let's look at how we're going to do that. So first, we have many different conversion types on a site. So remember that previous slide had maybe 15 or 20 on there. So common examples would be like viewing a thank you page. So that's after someone submits an inquiry, sign up for your email list, download a white paper, make a purchase, or the gray metric on the left-hand side is what's called a micro goal. And that would be like if someone watched 5 videos in your knowledge base, for example, you might want to weight that visitor to have a certain goal ranking. So these are all conversions, but we want to focus on the exact one that aligns with new sales leads coming to your website. So, like I showed you on that customer's slide, they had a 10% conversion rate, and I said it was not true. It's not correct, because you can skew conversion rates and analytics data any way you want by looking at different acquisition channels. So sure, of course, the conversion rate on their email marketing campaigns is going to be higher than referral traffic coming from a banner ad on another site, for example. But you can narrow it down by acquisition channel, so organic search, paid ads, email marketing, pay-per-click. You can separate it between new or repeat visitors to the site. You could even remove branded search terms. So many of you, back to that previous example, if that distributor has a large client and they, instead of going to distributorname.com, they start their journey at Google and they type in their distributor name and the type of product they're looking for, then they'll go to that page on the site and make a conversion. So we might want to eliminate those branded search keywords. And then what type of conversion is it? So we probably want to eliminate e-commerce conversions, micro goals, and really focus on those sales leads that are coming in through the site. So Why is this really important? Because we don't want to look at the disconnected static metric versus the real action on the website. And we don't want to assume that 1 month, because you received many leads, that whatever it was we were doing on online marketing directly affected that. So I use this phrase in almost all of my presentations, but correlation does not equal causation. For example, we have a distributor client who someone on the marketing team decided to run a Black Friday promo ad, Cyber Monday promo ad on some scientific kits that they had. So something that they would sell into high school science labs or home study, or for Christmas presents that parents would buy for their children. So they put that in as a Cyber Monday deal. This is something that we've done in the past for clients and never really had any notable success with it. But this one happened to be picked up by a parenting blog, and then that made it on a list on top 50 educational gifts on MSNBC. And they had thousands and thousands of visitors come to the site that day, last Monday. And they also actually had a real high value of sales come from it. So does that mean that the new sitemap that we designed and submitted to Google it was a result of that? No. So we really have to look at the right metrics to figure out what was the true cause of the results. And that's why having the data in analytics is so important. So analytics has a new feature that just came out a few weeks ago called calculated metrics. So basically things that we used to do by exporting analytics data from the web tool into a spreadsheet and then manipulating it, we can now do right inside Google Analytics, which is really great because then we can manipulate that data in any of the analytics dashboards. So click admin inside of your account and click calculated metrics on the left-hand side. And then you can, take a look at that original page that you had that had these 14 goals on it and figure out which of the goals are the sales leads. So which are the, request information, the contact us forms, the download a specific application note, for example. And we want to pair all those together into a group. So we will use this formula here and we will name it sales lead conversion rate. Put in the formula. This will be different for every single website. But basically adding up all of your goals and dividing it by sessions and dividing it, again, that value by 10,000, and you'll get something like this. So sales lead conversion rate, pretty great. So now you can view that from within any segment inside of your site. So next we want to really know what we're measuring, not looking at fuzzy metrics or static metrics. So we're really measuring what the sales funnel looks like on your website. And that comes down to a call to action. That's what's going to really have the most effect on your on these ratios that we're looking at. So let's take a look at what current call to actions are on your website. So we have basic things like email us, call us, contact us. More intermediate ones. Maybe you have advanced ones like watch our webinar recording, access our online calculator or tool, or download this advanced guide. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we have done 2 episodes specifically on these permission assets and squeeze pages and lead generation on your site. But in the second episode on here, we're going to look at how to take these, inventory them, and build them out into an editorial calendar. But for now, go through and just make a note of all of these on your site, and we'll see then how we can grow it. Or how can we make these more effective using the 7 Ps of marketing. So we want to look at the 5 of these Ps, not 7 of them. We're going to leave price and product to you. I mean, you're the manufacturer or distributor. You're the ones making those decisions. We'll take care of the other 5. So first, promotion. How do we want to tell your visitors about the offer? So the offer being is whatever we're giving them in exchange for their sales lead information. So what are we going to give them of value that's going to motivate them to give us their name, company name, email address, phone number, whatever information is on your lead generation form. So usually this has to do with the ad copy. that is going on, whether it's a banner ad or an email. What's the message that you want to give the visitor to make them want to give you their contact information? And 2 is place. So on the website, it's really the placement of the offer. If we want to do it on the website, do we want to do it in a sidebar banner ad? Do we want to do it in a pop-up? Do we want to have a push out? There's many different things that we can do on the website to place that offer. These are all steps of how we plan and also the lead generation campaign. So number 3, physical evidence or packaging, it's referred to sometimes in the marketing mix. Good design really, really does have a dramatic impact on your sales lead generation from the site, and not just the design being visually appealing, but being conversion rate focused. So taking that ad copy that is the most compelling offer that we can make a customer and really making it resonate with them. So things like putting trust seals on the offer. So if you're on an e-commerce site and the offer is buy now, as a very simple example, putting seals, badges, images indicating that the site's secure, indicating testimonials from other customers, payment methods accepted, the credit card logos. These are all trust seals that help impact your conversion rate. So they help what we're trying to accomplish here. And then number 4, we want to think about the brand positioning. So some of our customers have just said, let's just do the easy. Let's just send out this promo this week that gives 25% off, and next week free shipping. And they're really not positioning the brand well. They're trying to become a price leader, and if they're not the price leader, if they don't have the lowest price online, that's a dangerous game to play. So better by mixing in, becoming a thought leader, becoming an innovation leader in the space that you're in, and mixing those messages together. And then finally, 5th P in the marketing mix, people. Who's going to do this for you? David and I think we're a great team to do this for you, and we have a great office supporting us. So many of the girls here, out of our whole organization of 100 employees plus, there's only about 6 or 7 of us that actually plan out these campaigns for you. There's developers and designers who implement them, but it's really going to come down to a small group of us who are going to strategize together and figure out a campaign that's going to work perfect for you. So we'd like to think we're the right people, but we also need someone from your team working on this as well. And I'll get to what you can do to assist us in the future episodes. So again, in the next episode, we're going to look at building out the 2017 lead gen plan. Where is your low-hanging fruit? So pages with the most traffic, inventorying your assets that are available, how you can assist us in giving creative direction to a designer and assisting with these trust seals, getting testimonials, that sort of thing, measuring the results and analyzing it to find clever insights, and then finally how to exclude branded search terms if that's something that we determine is an issue in your analytics data. So that's all I have for the show today. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to hearing from you.